speak and act as a moderator for the session. And welcome to all the participants who is joining all the webinars since because we have already done 5 webinars on this topic, on the regulations topic. So welcome to all the participants from the beginning I'm saying this is an interactive session because your feedback, your suggestions, everything have required at the time because required to submit before the ICSI IPA. So the ICSI IPA can make the further recommendation to the IVBI for any change or something in the regulations. So we should actively participate in during the discussion. So I'm requesting to all the participants, please join the session and take the initiative during the discussion. So we'll start with the session. Now I'm sharing the regulation, which we have already discussed. The some parts we have already discussed yesterday. And this is the latest version of the regulation of the CIRP regulation. So we have discussed some of the part of this regulation yesterday. Now I will continue with the regulation with the further provision of the regulations. Now I'm sharing the screen. So my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I think we have left the regulation on this on this part. So we'll start from here. So am I correct now? 16B we have required to discuss today now. From the 16B we have required to make the further discussion on this regulation. So am I correct, sir? No. From the 16B, should we start now?
Can we have a look at 16 itself?
16?
Can we just see when the 16
C.
beginning?
Appointment of the facilitator.
No, beginning of 16.
16, I think we have already discussed this part, no? The AR have required to appoint authorized representative. And what
Yes,
is the duty
yes,
of, yeah,
AR is already discussed.
yeah, already discussed. We have already discussed this part.
Yes.
So we'll start with this 16B, the committee with only creditors in a class. So where the corporate debtor has only creditors in a class and no other financial creditor eligible to join the committee shall consist of only AR. So only AR can also represent as a committee. So committee with only creditors in a class if there. Now this is very new 16C. Appointment of the facilitators, because this provision was inserted, this regulation was inserted on 3rd February 2025. This is the 64, is you can see. This is the 64. So this is inserted newly. And this is related to the appointment of the facilitators. Now, where the number of creditors in a class, if exceed 1000, the committee may direct the IRP or the RP, as the case may be, to appoint an insolvency professional other than the IRP or RP and authorized representative or any other person as facilitator for a subclass within the creditor in a class subject to the following condition. So what is the condition for the appointment of the facilitators? They have also provided the appointment of the facilitator shall be considered only if after the first meeting of the committee, a subclass comprising of at least 100 creditors out of the total number of creditors in a class request for the inclusion of an agenda for such appointment along with the same of the proposed facilitator. So more communication means can say ki the more transparency in the communication can be made. So the appointment of facilitators is provided here, and the total number of facilitators shall not exceed 5. They have also cleared in the provision. And the fee for the facilitator for each subclass shall be 20% of the fee specified from the AR, and such fee shall be a part of the insolvency resolution process cost. So they are saying that this the fees whatever is provided to the facilitator will considered as a part of the insolvency resolution process cost, and the committee may replace the facilitator on the recommendation of the majority of members of the class, and the replacement can be possible if the recommendation of the majority of members of the committee will do want, then the replacement is also possible. So committee may replace the facilitator on the recommendation of the majority of members. So majority of members is required at the time of replacement. So this is the new provision, and basically in the case of home buyer, they because there are more than 2,000 3,000 home buyers are there, so the communication with the AR is not so much possible to interact with the AR only. So the provision as a appointment of the facilitator is introduced, and this will also be appointed by the committee which comprising of at least 100 creditors. So the provision is made for this. Now, what is the role and responsibility of the facilitator? Because this is also new.
Madam, here.
Earlier, there is no provision for the
Hello,
appointment
madam.
of a facilitator. So there was no role and
Hello.
responsibility
Yes,
was
madam. Am I audible?
facilitator. Yes, sir.
Madam, am I audible? So
Yes,
here
sir. Very low. Your volume is very low. I'm not able to listen you properly.
no, it's okay.
1 minute, sir. I'm trying to insert one of my
Please.
device also here. Yes, sir.
Please.
Yes. Yes.
I just want to tell you that I want a suggestion here.
Yes,
I
sir.
have written any, please go to that 16C.
Yes, 1 minute, sir. I'm
Please.
going. Yes.
So here they are saying appoint an IP, okay, other than
Yes.
IRP, okay. But
Yes, sir.
madam, here another line is or any other person. You know, it means
Or any other person.
it means this facilitator can be other than IP also. Okay.
Okay, so
And
you
then
are saying ki the person should be qualified, having the qualification as a IP.
I think
Having
there should not be or any other person because anybody can be appointed. There should be some qualification. I think because we IPs are not getting any business, anything, majority of us. So I think this are
We
any
concur.
related.
yes.
It's my observation in this.
Okay. So again, I will read, sir, to appoint an insolvency professional. To appoint an insolvency professional here.
Hmm.
And AR or any other person. But in the first point, when we are reading this, to appoint an insolvency professional, because they
Actually,
have already written
madam,
here. Yes, sir.
insolvency professional is other than IRP or RP or authorized representative. There is a comma again. Or any other person. This is independent thing, you know. This is not.
Okay.
Or any other person can be deleted.
This should be deleted, ma'am. Kindly,
Okay.
I will just put it in the chat box also.
Yes.
For you, I think you have understood my point, na?
Yes, yes, sir. Or any other person.
Any person in 16C1. I will just write here in 16C1, the reference to any other person
should be deleted.
may be deleted.
Hmm.
ठीक है? Or some basic qualifications
Hmm. Mhm.
should be attached. Okay,
Mhm.
because any Tom, Dick, and Harry cannot be.
So, sir, what will be the basic qualification? Is the IP is the must?
Yes, to be
No?
IP, not even
Yeah.
IP. If IP not
The
some
facilitator should be the IP, sir, because only IP can understand the problem or
You're very
something.
right.
Yes.
But if a board intends to have include any other person, then any other person should be some professional CA, CS, something like that, na? IP. If tomorrow IP is not available for this post, no IP come forward for this. Then I think
Sir, IP is available for the post because I think not such a huge work volume in the market right
Here,
now
one suggestion
in the
from my
IBC
side.
profession. Yes, sir.
Here, it may be
Hmm.
insolvency professional with or without AFA.
Yes.
Maybe.
This can be considered, but IP should be there because if they are not having the knowledge of IBC, then how can they communicate or
Yes,
how
since
can they
the load
resolve the
would be
problems?
less,
Yeah.
since the load would be less, AFA may not be required.
Yes, this can be recommended, but the IP should be there only.
Yeah, I think Suresh ji, I think your suggestion is very good because in case of AR,
Hmm.
AR has to be an IP as per the IBC code.
yes.
Hmm.
So then somebody working under AR as a facilitator for the home buyer class can also be an IP. I mean, no other person need not be, I mean, need to be applied.
Any other one should be maybe deleted, please. That's our.
Yes, yes.
Sir, this is a facilitator, and
Yes, yes.
purpose is to solve the problem. A facilitator can be a person from among the home buyers or somebody from the resolution. The purpose is resolution for everything, not IP or the such kind of professional knowledge required. If we keep that only IP, that resolution may or
No,
may not be. It is a facilitator. There is no any this kind of this
sir,
knowledge required.
we will read the duty of the facilitator first.
The
What is the
facilitator
role
is
and
to
responsibility, sir?
AR is okay. AR
If
should be IP,
yes,
but the
if
facilitator, it can be local person who is
no,
respectable among
sir,
the society and anybody
because
can
what is
understand.
the duty,
Yes, please,
sir, what
please,
is the duty? Yes,
please.
Subhaji first role and responsibility को देखते then.
yes.
Please,
Then
please, please,
we'll
please,
take the yes.
please, please.
The role and responsibility of the facilitators should include the following: facilitating communication between the authorized representative and the creditors of the subclass, attending the meeting of the committee as observers to facilitate communication between creditors of the respective subclass, and providing information and clarification to the creditors in a subclass about the insolvency resolution process. So if the facilitator is not having the knowledge of the IBC, so how can they communicate to the creditors, and how can they provide about any information about the insolvency resolution process as per advised of the authorized representative and any other task assigned by the committee to improve the representation and communication.
Yes,
So as per my understanding, the person should be the IP. Whether he has having the EFA or not, doesn't matter, but IP should be there.
he's a link. Facilitator is a link between the AR and the sub committee of this sub creators. So he is
Yes,
only to communicate and help them understand.
sir, but
For that
if the
AR is there.
person, sir, if the
For that
person,
AR is there. We
hmm,
are not going the IP is not going up to the
sir,
last
sir,
point of that.
sir, because the facilitator is here
Yes.
to solve the
AR is
problem, to
AR is
solve
also
the
there.
problem. Yes,
AR is
sir,
also
AR
there.
is there, AR is here, but
Because
still,
AR cannot, if there are 1,000 person, AR
hmm,
cannot reach out to 1,000 person. So that is
yes,
that is why there is a link facilitator who can reach out to 1,000 or through some other sources. He can reach out to them. He may be better understood. He may better
hmm,
communicate. He understand both the side. He can bring
hmm,
both the people on the table.
Yes.
That's true.
for resolution.
That's true.
Purpose
But
is the
if he doesn't
Sir,
understand
I
IBC,
have one.
he
IBC
won't be
not
able
required.
to
Sir,
understand
understanding of
what
IBC not required for the facilitator is not supposed to, and he is not required to understand the whole IBC. He has only to
we suppose.
help communicate. He has to
There are,
help communicate the what's the.
Just a second, I'll explain. If I am having a
let
problem
me,
and I am
Hmm,
communicating with the facilitator
hmm.
facilitator will not understand what I am saying
Yes.
with
The
respect to
AR is there,
IBC
na?
law.
AR is there.
Sir,
AR is there.
AR is
It
there.
will
So
only
what is the
delay. We
need
have
to
got a
appoint the
timeline and it
facilitator?
will create a
Yes.
confusion.
Because
Madam,
authorized
madam,
representative is
madam,
not having
may
that much
I,
time, madam.
may I add something,
I-
madam? May I add
Now,
something?
yes.
I think, madam, we should do. It's a suggestion from my side. I have added it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, it's
Yes.
up to the IBBI. It's a suggestion only.
Yes,
And
sir.
there may be other suggestion also. If anybody has other, they can also write it. Okay.
It's a
It's
very
a
good
suggestion
suggestion.
only, madam. So I think we should proceed forward. I
So the
hope.
Yes.
confusion, basically the confusion is
Madam,
just by
my submission is also there, sir. One submission, because in cases where the number of creditors are more than 100, they themselves make an association, and the association president and the leaders
Yes.
start communicating with the AR. So why not those associations president or the secretary should be made as a part, should be given as a, make a facilitator.
That,
So
that is
that
why
they,
that is why it is
That
written
is why
as
they
it
would
is
be
written
able
as
to
other person
understand
because
to
Ah.
the
communicate.
person may possess that kind of experience, that have the exposure in the real estate, and they can act as us. And there should not be any restriction to allow those people to act, because restricting it to some qualification for those people may hamper
Yes.
the proceedings. So that is why I think the IBPI people would have put this particular term deliberately, so that those people can come into picture, and the qualification should not be a restriction to
So-
those
That
people.
is what
Yes.
I was
you-
saying.
AR
So
is
sir,
there.
That is
Yeah.
what I
So
was
Mr.
saying.
Subhash has
But
rightly pointed out that yeah.
So, or any other person is okay here?
sir, my one suggestion.
I
Can
don't agree.
the okay, you not agree? Okay, your suggestion. My viewpoint. I respect yours.
I think
You respect
Sir,
mine.
Subhash
we
ji, I
should-
think
Yes, sir.
ma'am, just last point,
Sir.
we can proceed further in the interest of time. There should be a modification, like the kind of experience should be added, or some qualification, not the degree qualification, kind of experience or something should be added, and wherein this person can be appointed only on behalf of the committee, subcommittee of the creditors, wherein the in majority of the people agree to appoint such person. I think that should be added.
Okay, sir. So,
Because most of the
One submission from my side as well. They should have mentioned the association, registered association, wherein the management of that association could select a person to represent them before the COC.
Correct.
I
One
think,
is
madam,
There
here,
better communication.
here
on the table.
what do you call, the
Now, sir,
financial creditors
sir,
itself,
sir,
the
I'm
home buyers
requesting.
themselves are proposing. Ma'am,
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think the home buyers themselves are proposing the name of a local person available here, if up to their convenience. For example, if 100 home buyers are okay with a person, and 100 home buyers are proposing the name of a person as a facilitator, there shouldn't be any degree or something attached to his, selection. So anybody who is acceptable to the subcommittee should be acceptable to the COC as well. This is what.
Correct. Absolutely.
So, what is the means? What should be amended
I think
here?
the-
I
I
don't
mean,
think. Mhm.
Mr. Suresh was suggesting for a amendment, but that is from his side. But as ICSI, probably, once you have
Actually,
debate
madam,
all
madam,
across,
madam, I have
there may
also
not be.
written that if
Mhm.
there is if any other person says, there should be some qualification attached to that
Yes.
person. That is the only
Okay.
thing. So it is.
Okay.
You kindly read my
That is
my
sufficient.
paragraph.
Sir,
So I have already-
that qualification itself is that is what we were discussing now.
Okay.
Qualification may not be in terms of education, may not be required. For
Uh-huh.
example,
But there
a
is some-
local guy, a local person who is acceptable to 100 home buyers as a facilitator, he
But
could,
you know-
communicate. He could communicate very well with the AR.
Madam,
So
madam,
Yes,
please
sir.
go to 16C
Yes,
again, please. 16C again.
Sir, shall I say something? Sir,
Yes, sir.
16C.
Yes,
sir,
sir.
in this case, as air, in case of air, it is the requisite qualification that he should be an IP. So in this case also, uh, if the person would be an IP, then he will be able to he will be able to better coordinate between the
Yes.
home buyers and also with the IP, because you know
Ranjan
the,
sir, Ranjan
what,
sir, sorry
I'm
to,
saying, sir, what I'm saying, last just one another sentence.
yes, yes,
So the
yeah.
logic is that if any person who has some clout with some this home buyers, and if he would be inducted, and he may jeopardize these COC meetings also. He may disturb. So in that case,
Yes.
uh, if
Yes,
that
yes.
if he would be able to the home buyers would be able to coordinate and communicate with an IP, and IP knows the nitty gritty of this IBC code. So it will also at the other side of the coin, it will increase the scope of the in the IP profession also.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Sir,
sir. Yes, sir.
so we should
sorry,
go for that. Another, yes,
16,
you
Sir,
are now
sir,
sir say Joshi sir, you
sir,
can say, please.
sir,
सर
sir.
16D आप देखिए 16D
Yes.
16D B, you know, supervision B,
Attending
16D
the
B,
meeting of the
Attending the
committee
attending the
as
meeting of the committee
observed,
as observers only. They don't have any other role, only as observers.
observers and to facilitate the
Facilitate
communication between the
communication. That's it.
creditors of
AR
the
is communicate. Exactly. The facilitator who is attending the meeting of the committee as observers only. They cannot vote. They cannot even speak.
so
When you are an
Sir,
observer,
I
you
take,
cannot be
I
able
sir,
to
take
speak.
your
everyone in
permission,
their
ma'am.
own opinion, sir.
Yes, I
So
take your
so
permission to differ that facilitating communication. This part needs that a person should be professionally, should be educated, should be able to communicate effectively.
But sir,
So
there is AR there, na? AR can communicate effectively with the those
Exactly.
class of creditors. So why
Sir,
we
the
require
requirement,
sir,
I'm sure
sir,
the
specifically
requirement,
IP only?
sir, because the time is restricted, only 2 hours he is
ma'am,
here.
just
Ma'am, I
So,
have
last,
mentioned the
last,
yeah,
information in the chat box.
yes,
Kindly consider
yes,
it.
yes, yes. Please
it is
put,
good that we
yes,
are having a
because,
positive
yeah,
discussion.
please put in the chat box.
One
The,
last,
yeah,
one small sentence. You see,
yes,
based on the local requirement of different parts of India, I'm sure a facilitator's requirement also will vary. Because a person who is a locally a non-person, because home buyers ultimately, for example, if I am buying a flat, it will be, you know, in and around the area where I am, you know, comfortable with. So a facilitator whom I want to be proposing, meaning 100 home buyers, 500 home buyers, will be proposing a facilitator who is known to them. That person as a facilitator is known to them. So he will have some local knowledge. He will have some political clout. He will have some clout in the government organization.
so,
sir,
All
so,
such,
sir, please
all.
on a
put,
lighter note, you
sir,
are saying
now,
of too much cloud he
sir,
possesses with,
sir,
but
sir,
he may
sir,
not be
Madam, please go
ultimately
ahead,
the
madam.
Okay,
decision,
okay.
yes, sir,
Madam, I
yes,
think you
sir,
can go
please.
ahead. Anyway, I think we
Yes,
have
Sir,
sir,
enough
please go
please,
discussion.
ahead, madam.
please, sir. Constitution of the committee, and this is also recently, I think, some changes was came. 65. No, no, there isn't. Constitution of committee. So what is this? The IRP shall file a report certifying the constitution of committee to the adjudicating authority within 2 days of the verification of claim. And the committee and the members of the committee shall discharge the functions and exercise the power under the code and these regulations in respect of the corporate insolvency resolution process in compliance with the guidelines as may be issued by the board. And the IRP shall hold the first meeting of the committee within 7 days. We already knows filing the report under this regulation, and where the appointment of RP is delayed, the IRP shall perform the function of the RP from the 14th day of the insolvency commencement date till the resolution professionally is appointed under section 20D. So I don't think there is any changes required, or nothing is inserted recently in this regulation. So now the chapter 6, meeting of the committee. Now the meeting of the committee. A resolution professional shall convene a meeting of the committee before the lapse of 30 days from the last meeting, and provided that the committee may decide to extend the interval between such meetings subject to the condition and that there shall be at least one meeting in each quarter, because this provision is also inserted in 2024, I think, because before this there was no such provision that the meeting should be held within one meeting should be held in each quarter. And the RP may convene the meeting if he consider it necessary on the request received from the members of the committee, and shall convene a meeting if the same is made by the members of the committee representing at least 33% of the voting. And for the purpose of this, 33% is voting is required for the meeting. And it is clarified that the meeting may be convened under this sub-regulation till the resolution plan is approved under subsection 1 of section 31, or order of liquidation is passed as per section 33, and decide on the matter which do not affect the resolution plan submitted before the adjudicating authority. Now, the resolution professional may place a proposal received from the members of the committee in the meeting if it consider necessary, that shall place a proposal if the same is made by the members of the committee representing at least 33% of the voting right. And where the corporate debtor has any real estate project, something is inserted, I think, here. So I will show you in 2025, this is inserted. So we'll read it carefully. So this is where the corporate debtor has any real estate project. The committee may direct the RP to invite the competent authority as defined in clause P of section 2 of the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act. This related to such project to attend such meeting of the committee as the committee may decide without voting rights for providing inputs on the matters associated with the development of such project, like Noida Development Authority or such type of authority, HSIDCA or something. These type of authorities is here. Because they have allotted their lands for the projects, so they should be the part of the committee. However, they are not having the voting rights, but they can attend the meeting. So this is very newly inserted competent authority. Because I remember in the Noida authority case, the company has gone for the liquidation, and the resolution plan was already approved in this case. However, the Supreme Court have passed the decision that because the claim of the Noida authority was not considered by the RP. So this is inserted by the IBBI, that the committee should also attend the meeting, and the meeting should be attended by them is not having any voting right, but they can provide their inputs. Now, committee may direct. So this is also inserted very recently. This is very recent, 26 May 2025. So the committee may direct the resolution professional to invite the providers of the interim finance to attend and as observers without voting rights such meeting of the committee as the committee may decide. So the person who has provided as an interim finance, they can also have the right to attend the meeting as an observer and without any voting rights. Subject to this regulation, a meeting of the committee shall be called by giving not less than 5 days notice in writing to every participant at the address has been provided to the IRP or the RP as the case may be, and such notice may be sent by hand delivery or by post, but in any event be served on every participants by electronic means in accordance with regulation 20. And the committee may reduce the notice period from 5 days to such other period of not less than 24 hours as it deemed fit. Provided that the committee may reduce the period to such other period of not less than 48 hours if there is any AR. Authorized representative is there in the meeting, then the meeting, the notice time can be reduced only 48 hours. So not less than 48 hours. Now, service of the notice by electronic means. A notice by the electronic means may be sent to the participants through the email as a text or as an attachment to the email, or as a notification provided electronic link or uniform resources locator for accessing such notice. So may be sent through the email. So there is no compulsion to send the notice physically. The subject line in an email shall state the name of the CD, the place, if any, the time and date on which the meeting is scheduled. And if notice is sent in the form of the non-editable attachment to the email, such attachment shall be in a portable document format or non-editable format together with the link or instructions for the recipient for the downloading the relevant version of the software. Now, when notice or notification of availability of notice are sent by email, the RP shall ensure that it uses a system which produces a confirmation of the total number of recipient emailed and the record of each recipient to whom the notice has been sent, and the copy of such records or notice or any failed transmission or subsequent resending shall be retained as a proof of sending. So the RP can held these proofs if there is any failed emails and subsequent resending is there, but still not sent, then proof should be hold with the RP as the RP. The obligation of the RP shall be satisfied when he transmit the email, and he shall not be held responsible for the failure in transmission beyond its control. So basically, it is also clear if this is beyond its control, then it cannot be said that the RP is failed to send the notice. The notice made available on the electronic link, uniform resources locator shall be readable, and the recipient should be able to obtain and retain the copies, and the resolution professional shall give the complete uniform resource locator and address of the website and full details of how to access the document or information. If the participant, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is anybody saying something? If a participant other than the member of the committee fail to provide or update the relevant email address to the RP, the non-receipt of such notice by such participant of any meeting shall not be invalidate the decision taken such meeting. So the earlier meeting will not be invalidate if the members of the committee fail to provide or update the relevant email addresses. Now, content of the notice of the meeting. So what should be contained in the notice? The time, venue, date of the meeting should be there, and the option available to them to participate through the video conferencing or other audiovisual means, and shall also provide all necessary information to enable the participants through video conferencing or other audiovisual means. The notice of the meeting shall provide all the participants may attend and vote in the meeting either in person or through the AR. Provided that such participant shall inform the RP in advance of the meeting of any identity of the AR who will attend and vote at the meeting on its behalf. The notice of the meeting shall contain the following: the list of members, issue on which voting is required, the copies of the documents relevant to the matters, and notice of the meeting shall state the process and manner for the meeting, provide the login ID and the details of the facility for generating the password for keeping security, and provide the contact details of the person who will address the queries connected with the electronic voting. So this should be the part of the notice. Now, the quorum for the meeting. So the quorum, we all knows the 33% is the quorum. 33% of the voting rights are present either in person or through the video conferencing or other video visual means. provided that the committee may modify the percent of voting required for the quorum in respect of any further meeting of the committee. So there is no change till the date, where a meeting of the committee should not be held for want of quorum unless the committee has previously decided otherwise. The meeting shall automatically stand adjourned at the same time, place on the next day. Please consider on the next day of it. So in the event of the meeting of the committee is adjourned in accordance with sub-regulation 2, the adjourned meeting shall be quorate with the members who is attending the meeting. So at that time, the 33%, the minimum quorum is not required, and whatever the members is attending the meeting will be considered as the quorum for the adjourned meeting. Now, the participation through the video conferencing, the notice convening the meeting of the committee shall provide the participants an option to attend the meeting through the VC or any other audiovisual means in accordance with the regulation. So the RP shall take all necessary arrangement to ensure the uninterrupted and clear audio video visual connections. So the RP shall take due and reasonable care to safeguard the integrity of the meeting, ensure the availability of proper video conferencing, record the proceeding and prepare the minutes of the meeting, store for safe keeping and marketing the physical recordings or other electronic recording mechanisms, and ensure that no person other than the intended participants attend or has access to the proceeding of the meeting through the video conferencing or the other audiovisual means, and to ensure that the participants attending the meeting through the audiovisual means are able to hear and see, if applicable, the other participants clearly during the course of the meeting. So, provided that the person who are differently able may make request to the resolution professional to allow a person to accompany him at the meeting. And where the meeting is conducted through the VC or other audiovisual means, the schedule venue of the meeting is set forth in the notice convening the meeting, which shall be in India and shall be deemed to be the place of the said meeting, and all recording of the meeting, all at the proceedings at the meeting shall be deemed to be made at such place. So the place should be in India for the meeting, for conducting meeting through the audiovisual means also. Now, conduct of the meeting. The RP shall act as the chairperson of the meeting of the committee, and at the commencement of the meeting, the RP has take a roll call when every participant attending the meeting through the video or other visual means, his name, his attending capacity, whether he is representative, location from where he is representing. So this is basically the conduct of the meeting, and I think there is no change, no recent changes in this regulation. So we'll move on the chapter 7, the voting by the committee. The action listed in section 28(1) shall be considered in the meeting of the committee. Any action other than those listed in section 28(1). So what is as per section 28(1)? The approval of the committee of creditors for certain actions. So there are some actions is provided here for the approval of the committee. So these are the raise any interim finance, create any security interest, change in capital structure, record any change in ownership. So the big decision is there, undertake any related party transaction, amend any constitutional documents, or delegate its authority to any other person. So is the means the is the you can say the decision is the which can affect the CD. And the COC also. So the can be voted only through the meeting only. So the action listed, whatever as per provided as per section 28(1) shall be considered in the meeting, and any action other than those listed in this require the approval of the committee may considered in the meeting of the committee. And the RP shall take a vote of the members of the committee present in the meeting on any item listed for the voting after discussion on the same. And at the conclusion of the vote of the meeting, the RP shall announce the decision taken on the item along with the name of the members of the committee who voted for or against the decision or abstained from the voting. So the RP will say how many members has voted and how many against it, or how many abstained from the voting. So the details have required to be provided by the RP. And the RP shall circulate the minutes of the meeting received under sub-regulation 5 to the creditors in class and announce the voting window at least 24 hours before the window open for the voting instruction, and keep the voting window open at least 12 hours. So this is basically the how to conduct the meeting. Now, voting by the AR. The AR shall cast his vote in respect of each financial creditor or on behalf of the all financial creditor he represent in accordance with the provision of section 3 or subsection 3A of section 25A as the case may be. So 25A is provided for the how to vote by the financial creditor, and what is the right and duties of the AR. So prescribed here. So the AR shall cast his vote in respect of each FC or on behalf of the all FC he represent. Now, voting through the electronic means, the RP shall provide each members of the committee the means to exercise its vote by either electronic means or through the electronic voting system in accordance with the provision of the regulation. For the purpose of this regulation, expression voting by electronic means, what is the meaning of voting by electronic means or electronic voting system? Means a secured system based process of display of electronic ballots, recording of the votes of the members of the committee and number of votes polled in favor of or against, and such other voting exercised by way of electronic means gets registered and counted in the electronic registry in the centralized server with the adequate server security. The expression secure system means the computer, hardware, software, procedure that are reasonably secure from the unauthorized access and misuse, provide a reasonable level of reliability and correct operation, and are reasonably suited to perform the intended functions, and adhere to generally accepted security procedure. At the end of the voting period, the voting portal shall be blocked. And at the conclusion of the vote held under this regulation, the RP shall announce and make a written record of the summary of decision taken on the relevant agenda item along with the name of the members of the committee who voted for or against the decision or abstained from voting. Now, RP shall circulate the copy of the records made under sub-regulation 4 to all the participants by electronic means within 24 hours of the conclusion of the voting. So within 24 hours, have to circulate the minutes of the meeting to all the candidates. Now, the appointment of professionals. So this because there is no change in 2025, whatever we have read the regulations, there is no change till the date. So we'll continue with this, the appointment of professionals. So the RP shall within 7 days of his appointment, but not later than 47th day from the IP insolvency commencement date. We all know appoint the two registered valuer to determine the fair value and the liquidation value of the CD in accordance with regulation 35. Now, RP or the IRP or the RP, as the case may be, may appoint any professional in addition to the registered valuer under sub-regulation 1 to assist him in discharge his duties in conduct of the corporate insolvency resolution process if he is of the opinion that the services of such professional are required and such services are not available with the CD. The IRP or RP, as the case may be, shall appoint the professional under this regulation on the arm's length basis, following an objective and transparent process, provided that the following person shall not be appointed, namely a relatives of the RP, a related party of the CD, an auditor of the CD, or any time at any time during the period of 5 years preceding the insolvency commencement date, and a partner or the director of the IPE of which the RP is a partner or the director. So it is clear the partner or director of the IPE of which the RP is partner or director cannot be appointed as the professional on the in the CIRP process. The invoice for the fee or other expenses incurred by the professional appointed under this regulation shall be raised in the name of the professional and be paid directly into the bank account of such professionals. Now, transfer of the debt due to the creditors. In the event of a creditor assign or transfer the debt due to such creditor to any other person during the CIRP process period, both parties shall within 7 days of such assignment or transfer provide the IRP or the RP as the case may be, terms of such assignment, transfer and identity of the assignee or the transferee. Now the RP shall notify each participant and the adjudicating authority of any resultant change in the committee within 2 days of such change. So there is no change in 2025. There is no provision added. Now, the sale of asset outside the ordinary course of business, the RP shall sell the unencumbered assets of the CD other than in the ordinary course of business if he is the opinion that such sale is necessary for the better realization of the value under the facts and circumstances of the case, provided that the book value of all the assets sold during the CIRP process period in aggregate under this sub-regulation shall not exceed 10% of the total claim admitted by the IP. Now, the sale of the assets under this regulation shall require the approval of the committee by vote of 66% of the voting shares of the members, and the bona fide purchaser of the assets sold under this regulation shall have the free and marketable title to such assets, notwithstanding the terms of the constitutional documents of the CD, shareholders agreement, joint venture agreement, or other document of a similar nature. So there is no change in 2025. Recently, there is no change in this provision also. Now, assistance of the local district administrator, the IRP or the RP as the case may be, may make the application to the AA for an order seeking the assistance of the local district administrator in discharge his duties under the code of these regulations. Now, withdrawal of application. An application for withdrawal, we all know the section 12 is there, may be made to the adjudicating authority if we want to withdraw the CIRP process before the constitution of the committee. So before the constitution of the committee, the applicant through the IRP, after the constitution of the committee by the applicant through the IRP, or RP as the case may be. So before constitution of committee by the applicant through the IRP, because IRP is there only in this case. But after COC, the meeting was held and IRP will be replaced as the RP, or some other person will become as a RP. So after the constitution of committee by the applicant through the IRP or the RP as the case may be. Provided that where the application made under clause B after the issue of invitation or expression of interest under regulation 36A, the applicant shall state the reason justifying the withdrawal after issue of such invitation. Now, the application under sub-regulation 1 shall be made in FA. The form is prescribed here, accompanied by the bank guarantee. And towards the estimated expenses incurred on or by the IRP for the purpose of regulation 33 till the date of filing of the application, or towards the estimated expenses incurred for the purpose of this regulation till the date of filing the application. And where an application for withdrawal is under sub-regulation 1, the IRP shall submit the application to the adjudicating authority on behalf of the applicant within 3 days of its receipt. Where the application for withdrawal is under clause B of sub-regulation 1, the committee shall consider the application within 7 days of its receipt. The application referred in sub-regulation 4 is approved by the committee within 90% of the voting, because 90% is voting is required for the withdrawal. So the RP shall submit such application along with the approval of the committee to the adjudicating authority on behalf of the applicant within 3 days of such approval. And the adjudicating authority may by order approve the application submitted under sub-regulation 3 or 5. Where the application is approved under sub-regulation 6, the applicant shall deposit an amount towards the actual expenses incurred for the purpose or till the date of the approval by the AA as determined by the interim IRP or the RP as the case may be within 3 days of such approval in the bank account of the CD.
Ma'am,
Yes.
may I ask you one doubt?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how, coming back to the 90%
sir.
provision.
Yes, sir.
So in case of a resolution plan, if it is to be approved, the COC's voting percentage is only 66.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In a way, the withdrawal of an application is also kind of resolving the issue, is it not?
No, sir. Because the majority voting is required for this is right, sir. IBB is right on this point. That there should be the 90% COC member means the creditor should be agreed on this point. Because now this is can say the only 66% cannot decide at this point.
No,
For the withdrawal. Yes.
For example, in case of a resolution plan getting approved,
yes,
then also majority is required, and that majority is only
66%.
66%. It's not 90%.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
resolution plan is getting approved, meaning there is a resolution. The problem is kind of solved, correct or not? Resolution plan is approved means CD is going to be run again by the new investor. Company is going to be, on its own. So similarly, withdrawal of an application, why there should be a withdrawal? Because there has to be some kind of settlement, correct?
Yes, sir. Some kind of settlement
So
is there. Only then the withdrawal application
my
is.
logical question is that also is a kind of resolution only by way of a withdrawal.
Sir, we cannot say that this is the resolution because withdrawal is never the resolution.
No, I mean nobody will withdraw an application if there is no solution. I'm sure. No.
Yes, sir.
Why would a
financial
creditor?
So the settlement should be provided for all the creditors. So the 90% is here because only 66% cannot settle the case between themselves. So there should be the 90%. If they are agree, then only they will withdraw. Yes, sir. Someone is also saying something, sir.
No, this is an application withdrawal by the applicant. So others should object to it. The others have every right to object it. And it is a time-tested provision. There is no point in challenging it now.
Yes, sir.
May I say something?
Yes, sir.
About Joshi Katurji. If this is resolution, if you are thinking this is resolution, this resolution will be by corporate applicant only, and that resolution is by financial creditors. So that is, I think so that is why they have IBI has thought that 90% voting should be there, because earlier also corporate has not resolved anything.
Yes,
so majority of creditors should be involved. I think so.
Yes. So where we are, sir? Withdrawal of the application. So we have discussed this. Now audit of the CD. Any members of the committee may propose an audit of the CD along with the objective, scope, estimate of cost and time frame and name of the proposed auditor. The proposal made under sub-regulation 1 shall be considered as the sub-regulation 3 of regulation 18. and the audit shall be conducted if such proposal is approved by the committee, and the audit shall be conducted by the IP having the qualifications required for such audit, and the auditor shall prepare a report detailing his finding, and the same shall be presented before the committee along with the committee of IRP or RP as the case may be, and expenses of such audit shall be treated as the insolvency resolution process cost. So this is also old. There is no change. Some changes in 87. So we'll discuss this. The report on the status of the development right and permission of the real estate project, because this is also newly inserted. So where the corporate debtor has any real estate project, the RP shall prepare a report detailing the status of development rights and permissions required for the development of such project, and submit the report to the committee for its comments, and submit the adjudicating authority the report referred in clause A along with the comments of the committee referred in clause B, or on or before the 60th day from the insolvency commencement date. So this report is also required to be prepared by the IP in case of the real estate projects cases. Now, insolvency resolution process cost. So what is the insolvency resolution process cost? So I think there is some changes is also came in this. Yes, in 91. So this change was came. This change. So we'll read from the beginning. So insolvency resolution process cost under section 513E shall means amount due to suppliers of essential goods and services under regulation 32, fee payable to the AR, and this out of pocket expenses of the AR for discharge of his function under section 25A, and fee payable to the facilitator, because now the facilitator appointment required to be made. So the fee payable to the facilitator under clause C of sub-regulation 1 of regulation 16C. So the fee, whatever is paid to the facilitator, will also be considered as the insolvency resolution process cost. Now, amount due to a person whose right are prejudicially affects on account of the moratorium imposed under section 14(1)(d), and fee payable to the board under regulation 31A, and expenses incurred on or by the IRP to the extent ratified under regulation 33, expenses incurred on or by the RP fixed under regulation 34, and other costs directly relating to the CIRP process cost and approved by the committee. So these will be considered as the CIRP cost. Now regulatory fees.
Excuse me,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in case of section 10 petitions, the court orders for a amount to be paid to the IRP initially. And based from that amount, we meet the expenses like public announcement, etc.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
those
sir.
will still form part of the IRP cost?
Yes, sir. This will be also considered as a CIRP cost expenses.
Though it
na?
is borne by the CD itself or the
By the
directors.
from in the beginning they will bond, but they can ratify, because there is a provision in the regulation also. They the expenses whatever they have incurred at the time of filing the application and the order was given by the NCLT, but the expenses can be ratified by the COC later on. And the COC will pay means ultimately whatever after sale of assets or something, whatever is recovered will be rectified from the
But if
cost.
COC
Yeah.
does not agree to pay that, in that case, should we still include it?
Yes, sir, this will be always included, sir. Public announcement or something, whatever is paid by the applicant himself is still
Okay.
this will be considered as the cost of the CIRP process cost.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes. Regulatory fee. The regulatory fee calculated at the rate of 0.25% of the realizable value to the creditors under resolution plan approved under section 31 and shall be payable to the board where such realizable value is more than the liquidation value, and provided that this sub-regulation shall be applicable where the resolution plan is approved under section 31 or on or after 1st October 2022. Now, for removal of the doubt, it hereby clarified that the regulatory fee under this sub-regulation shall not be payable in cases where the approved resolution plan in respect of the insolvency resolution of the real estate project in the form is the form an association or group of LOT in such real estate project. I think there is also one change is there. No changes here. Okay. Now the regulatory fee calculated at the rate of 1% of the cost being booked in the insolvency resolution process cost in respect of hiring any professional or other services by the IRP or the RP as the case may be for assistance in the CIRP shall be payable to the board in the manner as specified and as per the Insolvency Professional Regulation 2016. Now, approval of the Committee for Insolvency Resolution Process Cost, the IP, shall place in each meeting of the committee the operational status of the CD and shall seek its approval for all costs, which are the part of the insolvency process costs. Because I have seen so many minutes of the meeting in which they have not written the cost, matlab means they are not mentioned each and every time what is the operational cost. So I think this should also be required because shall is there. So mandatorily required to place in each and every meeting of the COC the operational status of the CD and shall seek its approval on for all costs, which are the part of the CIRP cost. Now, essential supply, we know.
Excuse me on this
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
regulatory fee, is it for only for professional fees or all other payments which you're making? Because here it says all other services also.
Yes, sir, because it is mentioned here, the
I want to say
yes, sir.
something about regulation 31B.
31B, yes, sir. Sir, first we will discuss this. Sir was raising some queries. The regulatory fee calculated at the rate of 1% of the post being booked in insolvency resolution process cost in respect of hiring any professional or other services by the IRP or RP as the case may be for assistance in a CIRP shall be payable to the board in the manner as specified. So I think the whole cost is covered here, sir. Practically, I have no idea, but if anyone having any idea, they can share their views on this question.
Regarding regulation 31B, I want to say.
Yeah, 31B, approval of the Committee for Insolvency Resolution Process cost. Yes, sir.
That insolvency professional shall place in
Place.
each meeting of the committee the operational status.
Yes.
Why in
yes.
each meeting when the corporate data is not in operation since beginning? Then why it is necessary to place in each meeting of the COC?
Sir, sometimes the new COC members is added because after 90 days some claims was there, so they are not aware, na? It is required that in each and every meeting they should update the operational status because I have seen some of the cases where the lien was marked on the FD and the RP have filed some application to the NCLT for releasing the lien on the FD. So we have required to update to our creditors also ki what will become the part of the assets. Now how much assets are available and how's the operation is going on. So so the status have required to be reported in each and every meeting. So the update should be available before the COs.
Okay.
Yes. Now, the essential supply. So, what is the meaning of the
Ma'am,
essential? Yes, sir.
one small question.
Yes, sir.
31, can we go back to 31A?
Yes, sir.
So you mean to say 31A regulatory fee is also a part of insolvency resolution process cost, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then if we go back to 31 itself,
Yes, sir.
31 itself is, describing so and so, so
Fee
and so.
payable to the board under regulation 31A.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
also is a part of
Yes,
IRP
sir.
cost.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, essential supply. The essential goods and services referred to in section 14.2 shall mean the electricity, water, telecommunication services, information technology services to the extent these are not a direct input to or to the output produced or supplied by the CD. So basically, this is for the necessity only, not related to the production of the company. So water supply to the CD will be essential supply for the drinking water and sanitation purpose and not for the generation of the hydroelectricity. So this is also make it clear here. Now cost of IRP. The applicant shall fix the expenses to be incurred on or by the IRP. The adjudicating authority shall fix the expenses where the applicant has not fixed expenses under sub-regulation 1. The applicant shall bear the expenses which shall be reimbursed. So the sir was asking the question. So the applicant, if they have bear any expenses, which shall be reimbursed by the COC if it rectifies. So the amount of expenses ratified by the committee shall be treated as the insolvency resolution process cost. For the purpose of this regulation, expense include the fee to be paid to the IRP, fee to be paid to the IPE, if any, and fee to be paid to the professional, if any, or any other expenses to be incurred by the IRP.
So
Now,
in this, I think only if the COC agrees to reimburse the applicant, then it will be part of the IRP cost. If it is not reimbursed, then it won't be part of the IRP cost.
Yes. So we should take in the first meeting, we should give all the expenses details in the minutes of the meeting, and we should take the vote from the COC on these expenses. So if they will approve the expenses or fees, then this will be considered and will be reimbursed by the COC. Now, for the purpose of this regulation, expenses included to the fee to be paid to the IRP or fee to be paid to the IPE, if any, and fee to be paid to the IP, if any, or other expenses to be incurred by the IRP. Now, resolution professional cost. The committee shall fix the expenses to be incurred on or by the RP, and the expenses shall constitute the insolvency resolution process cost. For the purpose of this regulation, expenses include the fee to be paid to the RP, fee to be paid to the insolvency professional entity, if any, and fee to be paid to the professional, if any, and any other expenses to be incurred by the resolution professional. So, resolution professional cost, the committee shall fix the expenses on or by the incurred on or by the IP, and the expenses shall constitute the insolvency resolution process cost. So these type of expenses, if the expenses include the fee to be paid to the IP, IRP or RP, fee to be paid to the IPE, if any, and fee to be paid to the professional, if any, and other expenses. So the support services if we are taken from the IPE, can also be the part of the resolution process cost if approved by the COC. Now, 34A, disclosure of cost. The IRP or the RP, as the case may be, shall disclose item-wise insolvency resolution process cost in such manner as may be required by the board. So, fee to be paid to the IRP or the RP, the fee of the interim resolution professional or RP under regulation 33 and 34 shall be decided by the applicant or the committee in accordance with this regulation. The fee of the IP or the IRP RP appointed on or after October 2022 shall not be less than the fee as specified in clause 1 for a period specified in clause 2 of schedule 2. I think 1 lakh is the limit, provided that the applicant or the committee may decide a fixed higher amount of the fee for the reason to be recorded, taking into consideration market factors such as size, scale, business operations of the CD, business sector in which the CD is related, and level of operation. So this will be happen, and this will be decided by the COC for the fixation of the higher amount of the fee. Now, after the expiry of the period as mentioned in this, the fee of the IRP or RP shall be decided by the applicant or the committee as the case may be. For the resolution plan approved by the COC on 1st October 2022, the committee may decide in its discretion to pay performance-linked incentive fee not exceeding 5 crores rupee in accordance with clause 3 or 4 of schedule this, or may extend any other performance-linked incentive structure as deemed necessary. The fee and this regulation under this regulation may be paid from the fund available with the CD contributed by the applicant or the member of the committee, and or raised by way of interim finance, and shall be included in the CIRP cost. Now, resolution plan. So, fair and liquidation value. So there is no change, whatever we have discussed in the earlier section. So is there any change is required in these regulations? I don't think there is any need to require to any changes, change in these regulations. So no suggestion is here. Now, resolution plan. Yes, sir. Is anybody saying something? Now the resolution plan, the fair value and the liquidation value. So what is the fair value and what is the liquidation value? The fair value and the liquidation value shall be determined in the following manner. So manner is here is provided for the for deciding the fair value and the liquidation value. And I think there is also no changes in 2025 in this regulation. So, what is the fair value and liquidate? The two registered valuer appointed under regulation 27 shall submit to the RP an estimate of the fair value and the liquidation value computed in accordance with the internationally accepted valuation standard after physical verification of the inventory and the fixed assets of the CD. And provided that the RP shall facilitate a meeting wherein the registered valuer shall explain the methodology which adopted to arrive the valuation to the members of the committee for the computation of the estimates. So the two, if the two estimate of value in the assets class are significantly different or on the receipt of the proposal to appoint the third registered valuer from the committee of creditor, and the RP may appoint the third registered valuer for the assets class for submitting an estimate of the value computed in the manner as provided in clause A. Asset class. So this is basically the section for which how to calculate, how to compute the liquidation and the fair value. Now, preferential and other transaction. there is also no change in 2025 in this regulation, the what is the preferential and other transaction. So on or before the 7th day of the insolvency commencement day, the resolution professional shall form an opinion whether Pankaj sir, please mute yourself. Your voice is coming here.
Ma'am, one doubt, in case of CD, even now
Yes.
also we are supposed to appoint 6 numbers of valuers, correct? For each class, 2 each.
Valuers, sir, 2 valuers we can appoint, no? As per section,
For-
as within 47.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
valuers for each class, correct? For example, land and building, financial assets, and also plant and machinery. So only two
For
can.
each class, sir, where it is mentioned for each class, I think there is only the word the 2 registered valuers should be appointed.
But in practice, normally,
Yes.
what we used to do is appoint 2 valuers for each class.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
So,
sir. So what is
ultimately,
the
ended up with the 6 numbers of valuers for all 3
Hmm.
classes put together.
Yes.
There was some kind of change, which was proposed also earlier. I don't know whether it is effective or not.
Yes, sir. Sir, you are proposing some changes in
No,
this.
it was
Yeah.
proposed.
Okay,
Probably
it was proposed already.
some discussion. Yeah, discussion
Okay.
papers were there.
Okay. But recently we have seen there is no change.
Ma'am, this change 101 is a recent change. I think last year.
In 2024, there is 101 is inserted only.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
101, we will read this. Provided that the RP shall facilitate a meeting wherein the registered value shall explain the methodology being adopted to arrive at the valuation to the members of the committee before the computation of the estimates. So this
Yes.
is the change only, sir. Nothing, no other changes. So now you want to suggest something?
If we go back to the just above this, yeah. Here. B, if the 2 estimates of a value in an asset class are significantly different, or on receipt of a proposal to appoint a 3rd registered valuer from the committee of creditors, the resolution
Yes.
professional may appoint a 3rd registered valuer for an asset class. So, meaning the 3rd one appointed in case of an asset class is very elaborately mentioned here in, B. So why don't we make it clear in the first appointment session itself? If we go back
Okay.
here.
Yeah, the 2 register valuers should be
Yes.
appointed for each class.
Each class.
Yes, got it. Yes. Right.
Ma'am, I have a different view in this. Why
Yes,
it is
sir.
not required any amendment? Because you may appoint a RVE which has all the 3 classes. So the RVE is good enough to do the valuation. So wherever you are not appointing a RVE and you are appointing a registered valuer, in that case you will be appointing 2 valuers in each class. And also at times you will see that there are no plant and machinery. So it will not be required to do a valuation. But if it is written in the regulation that you need to have appoint 2 valuers in each class, then you will be mandated to appoint plant and machinery valuer even though there is no plant and machinery. So that is why whatever regulation is there, I think it is fair enough.
Okay. Okay.
It's if plant and machinery is not there, RP is always, there is no need of appointing anybody. But if there are 3 classes available, can only 2 registered valuers complete the job? No. 2 registered valuers for each class is required if the CD is having all the 3 assets.
Right, sir.
Yes,
But if
yes.
say you appoint a RVE which has
RVE says, RVE agrees, sir. RVE will have the manpower to do that. But
Yes.
imagine if RVE is not available or if RVE is not opted by RP.
Sir, but in valuation, I have some different queries. Say, I have been appointed as a RP of a jewelry company. So, which class of RVs will be in a position to value the jewelry? I don't think that any of the 3 class is in a good position to value the jewelry. So maybe 3 class is not enough. So we can cover that part, that we should have some other classes where say gems and jewelry is one of the classes that I see is a challenge.
SFA, securities or other financial assets. SFA
Right.
stands for securities or other financial assets.
Yes, sir. Jewelry, I think it will become financial asset because it's
Exactly.
a product.
Sir, but
Yes.
generally, mostly the professional chartered accountant, company secretary are in a SFA registered valuers. Are they in a position to value gems and jewelry? Are they in a position to identify what class of diamond it is? I don't think that they are capable enough. So it is unnecessary pressure on them to value the jewelry if it comes on them.
They have to find out. They have to find out. It is their job.
No, it's not their job. I think IBBI should introduce more classes rather than it's putting a job on the SFA valuers to value everything.
Is it possible?
Even for a real estate companies where the inventory is land and building. So again, a question is, who is going to value that land and building which are inventory, not the fixed assets?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Agreed. Now we'll continue with this 35A, preferential and other transactions. So on or before the 75th day of the insolvency commencement date, the resolution provisional shall form an opinion whether the CD has been subjected to any transaction covered under section 30, 43, 45, 50 or 66, and where the RP is of the opinion that the CD has been subjected to any transaction as covered in this section, he shall make a determination on or before.
35A, the first
Yes.
the first provision itself.
Yeah.
It may not be possible. Practically, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Because if the CD X management is not cooperating with the RP,
Yes,
there is
sir.
no data available, nothing available. Only what
Yes.
available is probably 5 years back audited financials. In
Yes.
such a case, when we say on or before 75th day of the insolvency commencement date, the resolution professional shall form an opinion.
Mandatory.
I don't think it is possible to form an opinion in such cases.
So shall should be substituted from the may. Because
Yes,
this
I think
will become
Yes.
it will be May is more practically suitable.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, if we say may
Yeah. Yes, sir.
and shall, think where the timeline will go. Can we achieve all that in 270 days? If in
Yes, sir.
everything, my humble submission to everybody is that we are suggesting with a prejudiced mind, everything for the benefit of IP. See, we all forget what is the object of the act.
Yes.
Purpose of the act is resolution, not to give benefit to the professionals. So we are entirely missing the object. And will the IBBR or anybody will think of this? Everybody want resolution within a framed timeline.
Time frame. Yes.
What is the time frame? What is the object? Object is to resolve. And as a IP, our job is that we are qualified professionals to help
So we can
to help the COC within the law and with the help of NCLT or AA to go for the resolution. Within that,
Yes.
I keep listening, reading lots of comment of the IP on the LinkedIn, so much discussion, so much paper. We have the prejudiced mind, and that is the reason that we have so much of the delays. Now somebody saying why we present operational status
Yes,
to
sir.
the CD. CD is
Yes.
not that CD is not something like a criminal that okay there is a CIP going on, so throw him out. He is there.
Yes.
He has to help us. We get the data from him. We have to get the data. Without data, what we can do?
Okay,
We
sir.
have to
Sir, I
get
have
the
a different,
Yes. Yeah.
sorry, sir, I have a different view here because yeah, this section 43, 50, 66 application has nothing to do with
sir. All
CIRP period. No,
I am
what
talking
I'm
of
saying is,
all.
Yes.
I am talking of the act as a whole, not one this thing.
no, I'm talking of the
Entire
time
thing.
frame. The
What's
objective of
a sir?
objective of IBC is not affected even if you continue with the 43, section 43, section
Yes.
50, section
Yes.
66 application. Litigation can be
Because
continued.
yeah,
Can be
continue
continued
after
even
the
after the
Yes.
resolution of the CD also.
Yes.
There
Yes.
is no harm.
Such each and every word of the act has to be read, understood in the spirit of the object of the law. What is the
Yes.
object of this? That is the guiding principle, the object of this. It is not for the benefit of IP. It is not for the benefit of CD. It is not the benefit of anybody else. It is for the wider benefit of resolution of the case. What is the
Yes.
case? What's
Yes,
the
sir.
economy? How many stakeholders, employees are there? Operational creditors are there. Secured financial creditors are there. Everybody, a larger stake,
Sir,
larger picture we have to see.
Sir,
See,
sir,
I am not
sir,
against
sir,
anybody.
sir,
This is my viewpoint.
sir,
sir,
time
practically,
restriction is here, sir.
sir, practically, how many are ending in 270 days?
Yeah,
So
sir,
practically, how many are ending in 270 days?
sir, time restriction is here, sir. Please, sir, I will go ahead. Where the RP makes a determination under sub-regulation 2, he shall apply to the adjudicating authority for the appropriate relief on or before the 130th day of the insolvency commencement date, and the RP shall forward a copy of the application to the PRA to enable him to consider the same while submitting the resolution plan within time initially stipulated, and the creditor shall provide to the RP the relevant extract from the audits of the CD conducted by the creditor, such as a stock audit, transaction audit, or the forensic audit. Now, IM information memorandum. So there is no change in these provisions. So we'll read this also. The IM, subject to sub-regulation 4, the RP shall submit the IM in the electronic form to each members of the committee on or before the 95th day from the insolvency commencement date, and the IM shall highlight the key selling propositions and contain all relevant information, which serves a comprehensive document conveying the significant information about the CD, including its operations, financial statement to the PRA, and shall contain the following details of the CD. So, the assets liabilities, including any contingent liabilities, with such description as the insolvency commencement date as are generally necessary for accepting their values. Descriptions includes the details such as the date of acquisition, cost of acquisition, remaining useful life, identification number, depreciation charge, book value, and latest annual financial statements and audited financial statement of the CD for the last 2 financial years and the provisional financial statements for the current financial year made up to the date not earlier than 14 days from the date of the application. The list of the creditors containing the name of the creditors, amount claimed by them, amount of their claim admitted, and security interest, if any, in respect of such claim, particular of debt due from or to the corporate debtor with respect to the related parties, detail of guarantee that have been given relation to the debts of the CD or any other person specifying which of the guarantee is a related party, name and address of the members or partners holding at least 1% stake in the CD, along with the size of the stake, detail of all material litigation and ongoing investigation, proceeding initiated by the government or the statutory authority, number of workers employed, their liabilities, and the liabilities of the CD towards them. So all these information required to be mentioned in the IM. So there is no change in 2000 recently there is no change. And the company overview, including the snapshot of the business performance, key contracts, key investment highlights, and other factors which being out the value as a going concern over and above the assets of the CD, such as bought forward losses in the income tax return, input credit of GST, key employee, key customer, supply chain linkage, utility connection, or any other pre-existing facilities. So, as per recently, there is nothing is inserted in 2025. So this is the same, whatever is earlier. So this is a part of the IM. Now we'll go on the invitation for expression of interest. The RP shall publish a brief particular in Form G. We all know at the earliest, not later than 60th day from the insolvency commencement date from the inserted and eligible prospective resolution applicant to submit the resolution plan. And the RP, after the approval of the committee, may invite a resolution plan for each real estate project or group of project of the corporate debtor. So there is some clarification is inserted here. And in 2025, there is no change in this regulation also. Now the 124 is inserted on 26 May 2025. This is very recently inserted. So we'll see this. Invitation for expression of interest. The resolution professional published in Form G and 124 is inserted here only. The RP may, with the approval of the committee, invite expression of the interest for submission of the resolution plan for the CD as a whole or for sale of one or more assets of the corporate debtor or for both. So now the RP may invite and may take the approval of the committee, may invite for the expression of interest for the submission of resolution plan for the CD as a whole or for the sale of one or more assets of the CD or for both. So this is newly inserted on 26.
What is the meaning of both?
Means both, sir, is here is whether as a whole can sell or for the sale of one or more assets of the CD or for both means as a whole or sale
No,
of
when you
actually,
say asset,
so for both there is
so actually when the project is a real estate project,
yes,
okay, they have 5-6 projects, okay, in a
yes,
different location. So the RP can ask for a different location as a separate one as a
yes,
RP, otherwise can ask for a whole. Somebody can take the entire CD as a whole, somebody can take
yes,
project wise in a different location or a different area, which is now allowed as one of the comforts they have given to the RA as well as the RP as well as the CD. Because if the RA wants the project in only one area where he feels that he will have 100% control or 90% is finished, only 10% he has to contribute. So there is a likely chances most of the real estate projects may certainly go with the resolution plan. That is the ulterior motive of this particular welcomeable change.
And or for
and
both.
ma'am, here for the
Yes.
corporate debtor as a whole, meaning
Yes.
project may not be a part of it, you mean to say?
No. Corporate
Project can be
debtor as a whole.
yeah,
Let
then
me explain to you. say there are 3 projects which is currently going on in the CD.
Correct.
So somebody
Yes.
wanted to take advantage and would like to apply for all the 3, and he
One-
would like to take the corporate debtor as a going concern to get reliefs and concessions. That is allowed. Part number 2, for sale of 1 or more assets. The assets here is this, that particular project is called an asset. That's the idea behind it.
Yes. So
Or for both.
or for both.
So, madam, then this R for both has not any sense.
That's what I
Sir,
thought so.
I think Joshi is all correct, because there either, if it is a whole, then where is the question of both? I think this
Sir,
R for both should not be
Sir,
there.
if we will see, there are 2 assets in a company, means both is used here for the, if there are 1 or more assets, if
No,
they
no,
want
no.
to sell.
Madam, I think
no.
what we understood, what I understood
Yes,
is basically for the
Yes.
corporate, when we say for the corporate debtor as a whole, meaning
That both should
the
not come.
CD as well as its projects all together.
Sir,
Because
I completely agree with you on that point. Again, this is a purely interpretation. Okay, as she has rightly pointed out, 1 or more assets of the corporate debtor. Say there are 4 projects.
Yes.
So somebody may take 2 projects together. Somebody may, but this has to be clearly clarified. I think your suggestion is a welcomeable suggestion. I agree, sir. I agree.
Yeah, there has to be little clarity.
Yeah, yeah.
There is
We
no
require
clarity there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Madam, please note it. What they say is correct.
Yes.
R for
Ma'am,
both
is this applicable for only real estate project or for other projects or other companies also, other cities also?
Sir, say for
Because
example,
this
there
is
is a
not
manufacturing company, one in Tamil Nadu, one in Mumbai. Okay, same thing. So somebody, see, the ulterior motive of the entire project is the company has to certainly go for a resolution rather than liquidation. So whatever be the possible way we can do it, they are suggesting. So this is my view. Madam, you can share your view.
More clarity is required.
So this is the change which was inserted in 2025, and the other is the same, because time constraint is here and there are so many pages is left on. So we'll continue. I think there is a need to read this whole regulation, or we'll go to discuss the regulation which was inserted or substituted in 2025.
I think for the want of time, 2025, we can discuss only
Yes.
those
Yeah.
insertions
Yeah.
and other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you could give us, like, no, everybody can give their value, then it will be easy for us to complete.
Yes. So in 2025, this is also inserted. I will show you. This is inserted with effect from 3rd February 2025. So provided that where the CD has any real estate project, the committee for an association or group of allottee in such real estate project representing not less than 10% or 100 creditors out of the total number of creditors in class, whichever is lower, may relax the following eligibility criteria for submission of expression of interest as provided in clause A above, and condition regarding the refundable deposit. So some relaxation has been given to the group of the allottees if they want to submit their resolution plan, they want to submit their expression of interest. So some of the relaxation has been given to them by inserting this provision. Now, the some other also nothing is inserted now. Now we'll go fast.
Ma'am,
And
you are
your,
not audible. Yes, yes.
some problem
It's
with the
visible,
connection.
madam. I think somewhere things are.
Connection lost.
It looks like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Connection was lost, sir. I'm
Okay.
again sharing. File is not opening. Okay. So this is also a recent change. The forms have been changed. What I will show. So we have already discussed 124. This is also discussed. Now 134. This is substituted by this notification, and prior to the substitution, it was stood as the implementation schedule. So what is the change here? So we will see here. The request, 1 minute. I'm showing you. Because we'll read here. The request for the resolution plan shall require the resolution applicant in case its resolution plan is approved under subsection 4 of section 30 to provide a performance security within the time specified therein, and such performance security shall stand forfeited if the resolution applicant of such plan after its approval by the AA fails to implement or contribute to the failure of implementation of that plan in accordance with the term of the plan and its implementation schedule. But earlier the word is here. It was stood as the implementation. Prior to the substitution, it was stood as the implementation schedule, and this is substituted by this notification. So the whole is here. 134. This is they have inserted fails to implement or contribute to the failure of the implementation of the plan in accordance with the term of the plan and its implementation schedule. Then they have required to pay the performance guarantee, and the performance guarantee will be forfeited by the resolution applicant of such plan after its approval by the adjudicating authority. So there is a very small change now inserted by this on 3rd February 2025. Something is also inserted. provided that where the CD has any real estate project, the committee may relax the requirement to provide the performance security for an association or group of association of the LOT. So we have already read some relaxation was given to the LOT. So here is the relaxation for the performance of security is also given to the LOT of such real estate project or representing not less than 10% or 100 creditors out of the total number of creditors in a class, whichever is lower. So this type of relaxation related to the performance security is given to the real estate projects LOT also. So this is these are the changes in 2025. Now we will see some other changes. A resolution plan. So there is some other changes also in 137. So this is now omitted. So something was earlier is there, which is omitted. Sub-regulation 6A was there, which was read as there. That if the RP does not receive the resolution plan in response to the request under this regulation, he may, with the approval of the committee, issue request for the resolution plan for sale of one or more assets of the corporate debtor. Then now this is deleted, omitted, basically, as per 26 May 2025. This is omitted. So some other changes. Now this is also in 26 May 2025. Something is also here, 144. So we will read this. What is the change in this? Mandatory contents of the resolution plan. Basically, the amount payable under the resolution plan to the OC shall be paid in priority over the FC and to the FC who have the right to vote under sub-regulation 2 of section 21 and did not vote in favor of the resolution plan shall be paid in priority over the financial creditor who voted in favor of the plan. So basically this change is newly inserted, substituted here. Before or substitution, it was stood as a plan only. The word is there. So this is basically substituted. So to the FC.
Actually, what is the change in it?
Change is there, ma'am. That the only they are saying in favor of the plan.
But earlier also it was there in favor of the plan.
Yes. What, ma'am?
Earlier also the provision says in favor of the plan.
But ma'am, the earlier there is no provision is provided that if the person who has not voted in the favor of the resolution plan, then they have to pay in priority of the other financial creditor who has already voted in favor of the plan. So this is substituted. I will also show you on the IBBVI website.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I think my book and this particular regulation does not have a very big impact. Okay.
Because earlier they are not having any clarification on this. If the person who are not in the favor of the resolution plan, so how payment should be made to them. So now it is clear provision that if they have not voted in favor of the plan, then they have the priority over other financial creditors who has voted in favor of the plan. And what is the another change? So this is inserted, 145 is here, which is inserted. Provided that where the resolution plan provides for the payment in stages the financial creditor who did not vote in favor of the resolution plan shall be paid at least pro rata and in priority over the financial creditor who voted in favor of the plan in each stage. So basically, the favor is provided to the person who are not voted in favor of the plan. So this is the newly inserted changes which was made on 26th May 2025. Now the substituted something is also substituted in 150. The committee shall consider setting up the monitoring committee for monitoring and supervision the implementation of the resolution plan. So the monitoring committee should be there. So what is the change here? Earlier it is stood as the committee may consider the requirement of the monitoring committee for the implementation of the may consider here, but now this is the committee shall consider setting up the monitoring committee for the monitoring of the, so it is mandatory to consider setting up a monitoring committee. This is also omitted here. So 155, we will read this. The resolution professional shall submit to the committee all resolution plan, because now the all resolution plan have required to be submitted to the committee along with the details for non-complaint plans and following transaction if any observed found to determine by him. So earlier what is there prior to omission is stood as which comply with the requirements of the code. So at that time, the only the resolution plan which was comply with the requirement of the code we required to submit before the COC. But now all the resolution plan have required to be submitted to the COC. So very recent change. Now inserted by notification, this is also recently inserted. 158. Evaluate the resolution plan received under sub-regulation 2 which comply with the requirement of the code and regulation made thereunder as per the evaluation matrix. So this is basically inserted here, that the resolution plan should comply with all the requirements of the code and regulations when evaluation of the resolution plan received under sub-regulation 2 which comply with all the requirements of the code and regulation made thereunder as per the evaluation matrix. This is also substituted by the notification on 19th May because the form is changed, 175, the filing forms. So CP1 form is here from the commencement of the CIRP till the constitution of the COC. It includes the detail of the IRP, CD, application, administration. So everything is here and this is required to be submitted before the 10th day of the subsequent month or after the filing of the report. So these forms, these newly forms is added here. Earlier there are some other forms are also. So this is this whole regulation is substituted. Now one more change is here. 194, this is inserted by notification on this 3rd Feb 2025. So this is substituted by notification number this 194. this is inserted. Details of the debtors registration status as MSME have required to be filled in Form G. Form G at the time of invitation of the expression of interest, we should require to add these details also. If that the CD is having any registration status as the MSME or not.
Madam, I have one question.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, thing is like these are the changes are there in the regulation.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, simultaneously the downloaded forms available in the IBBI site, wherein we consider all latest forms are available from IBBI site.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
I have not seen the point number 17, which
Point
now
number?
you have shown 17.
Yes.
Details of the corporate debtors registration status as MSME. I have not seen it. Okay,
Here?
because I downloaded and I have given. So all said and done, if something like that is there, and if they have not updated the IBBI site on and when,
Yes.
then
Yes,
what is the remedy for us? I'm really surprised because actually thing is like I just downloaded with the assumption and presumption that
they have already updated. Yes.
So what is that? What is the provision for us to know? Now I'm seeing that I have to give a certainly parigendum regarding this, which is a waste of money.
Yes, yes. So we'll recommend it to the ICSI IP also. Ki the form, whatever is available on the IBBI website should be updated.
The moment any change in the regulation, before they have to do it simultaneously. They cannot do it just like that.
I think we can make a suggestion to IBBI.
Yes.
Once such kind of forms are updated.
Yes.
Should be informed to all the IPs by a common mail that so and so form has been updated on the website.
Actually,
so that there is a record.
Actually, sir, I will told you one fact because the IBBI already organized a webinar on this update on the before the updation. They have already organized a webinar on this. I was already attended this webinar, and they have specified all the changes in all the forms, and they have also asked our recommendation that if we have any suggestions. So in this webinar, I am remember that some suggestions were was also made by some of the IPs. So they have also considered some suggestions, and after that they have made all these things. So we cannot we cannot say that IBBI was not intimated to us and they have not discussed with us. So they have already
Madam,
this.
I completely agree with you. They are aware. But thing is like, if this kind of small things which are very imperative.
Yes, I'm agree with you, ma'am. But I will suggest to the ICSI IP also कि they will also inform to the IBBI that their site should also be updated. The forms on the site is should also be updated.
Actually, I face the same problem.
Yes.
When one of the court asked me to file a Form H. And there was a provision in 14A and 15A kind of a Form H, if I remember correctly. I thought, okay, since it is a suggestion given by the members, AA, so I downloaded, once again filed. Then I got some kind of a disturbance. After filing, I was able to find out IBBI site was not updated. So I sent a mail stating that this has to be changed. Same way today, it is an eye-opener for me because this is not there in their form. If you download today, then if they find fault on us, whose fault is this, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. They should also updated the forms on their website also. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Consider this, and I will also told to the ICSI IPA that they should also consider this point.
Hello, ma'am. This is Manoj Nair.
Yes.
I have got a doubt. In Regulation 40B, the new forms have now 40B. The new forms CP1, CP2, CP3A, 3B have come in.
Yes.
Now, Regulation 41A is talking about Form CIRP 7.
40?
41A.
41A.
Yeah, it is not there now.
So 41A has not been amended. It has not been.
Sir, 1 minute.
It has
sir,
not
I'm
been
just
moved out
checking.
of the statute.
40,
So
1.
Yeah.
1 capital A. 1 capital A.
Okay. So there is nothing. 40A is here. 41A is not here.
No, deleted.
Yes, deleted.
This is, I wanted to see the reference because it is not there in the deletion of 19th May. Was it deleted subsequently? Because I have a confusion there.
So when it was deleted, I also don't know, sir.
Because you just took us through the amendments of 2025. I don't remember seeing 41A.
Because 41A, there is no such kind of provision. And if I will open some earlier regulations on the IBBI website, suppose I'm opening this third Feb. If I will open this, then we'll see. Yes.
Latest changes are there.
Yeah, latest changes is we have already discussing the latest changes because this is the latest regulation. Whatever I'm
updated
showing
one.
in. Yeah, updated one. This is the already updated one. So there is nothing about the 41A. So, sir, what you want to say about this?
So there is no more requirement to file CIRP 1 for, say, for example, for a delay in completion of the CIRP process and there is an extension. That was one of the reasons why we would file a CIRP 7. So that is now taken under which form 1, 2, 3, 3A, 3B?
Yes, sir. This was already clarified by the IBBI when I was attended a webinar. They have also clarified this. I will show you 1 minute.
Now for CIRP form, CP5 is the form replacing CP7.
Yes.
CP5 is the monthly progress.
Monthly.
Monthly progress, we have amended it.
Correct.
So this is monthly. This includes update on the status of the CIRP, details of the COs. So yes. So we have already discussed all the changes here. So thank you so much for attending the webinar. Now the next session will be held on 17th. So please join the session. Thank you so much. Thank you to the ICSI IPA. So can we conclude now? I'm requesting to the ICSI IPA. Can we conclude now?
Yes, ma'am, we can conclude. Thank you very much, ma'am, and thank you all the participants for their valuable inputs on CIRP.
Thank you.
Thank you.